We had been out with the children all through, and this is my home. This is a house at my own home. Remember, he was not working when I bought this land. I solely bought that land, but because of the love of God, I enjoined him in the title deed.
So you bought the land, you took care of everything in the house.
Yes.
You are the one who started construction.
I started construction. I started the construction of the house. When he got his job, he just helped lift up the house.
So do you still live there?
No, I don't live there, because that day, that Sunday, when he came with that stranger, and I took the key from his hands and said, now I'm going to open the house for children to enter. They have been out from 11 in the morning. He just said in front of the children, kama hii ni boma yako in Swahili, utatoka hapa maiti. Meaning in English, if this is your home, you'll come out as a corpse. And since my children know the great violence that I've been through, okay, he started kicking me, pulling me. I had a jacket. I let him go with the jacket because he hurt my left leg, which gives me problems even up to today. And my phone fell, the screen protector got shattered, and then my boy, my son, my second-born son, picked the phone and he took video. At least did I know that he had taken the video, because I remember my daughter just telling me, Mom, find a way of escape. I escaped through a very narrow place.
Mary, I wanted to play this video and then I'll upload it.
Yes.
Let me just play it. Is this the video?
Yes.
The one who was saying Msinge, it's you.
No, me, I never talked. I never talked. I was running. I ran from behind the house.
Oh, so you are not here?
Yeah, I was running to find a way of escape. I escaped from a space you cannot imagine somebody penetrating through. I had started constructing a perimeter wall, and I had Kayaba fence 9 feet tall with chain link. So there's no way I could pass. I had to break with my right hand. It's my children who rescued me.
So these were your kids?
Yeah, they are my children who saved me before the neighbors could hear.
And who was the one taking the video?
My son. There's one who said, he told me later that he was taught by the teacher that video is very good evidence. He's normally quiet, and when he doesn't know what to do, he'll just take action. He never talks much.
So what did you do after taking this video?
Okay, the following day, because it was at night, we had to run through the dark with my children and escape, because he even rushed to the police. So the following day when I went to the police...
Him is the one who rushed?
He could drive. As we were on foot, we were running on foot with a bag.
So what had he gone to do to the police?
I don't know. I don't know. The police are the ones to tell what he went to do to the police. So we didn't even have money. We rushed back to the room where we had, the room which I had got, and that is where we have spent our life to this day. And in January, the information that had gone home, it had caused much havoc than we thought. Mom never woke up. In January, they had been hiding from me, but in January they couldn't hold it. They called me to go and be her caregiver in a private hospital in Eldoret. I took care of her the whole of January, February, March. I left the children alone. Unfortunately, she passed on.
Your mother?
Yeah, she passed on. And this man has never bothered, even to this day. No sorry, no condolence. He didn't even attend the burial.
So he's the one who transpired to your mother's death?
From the office, talking to pastor, he talked he called my parents. And my parents, my dad loved mom. Every time he could make a call, he could put on the loudspeaker so they sit together, they're listening to you. So they were both of them together. So she just, her pressure went up. She was she went into a coma. 3 days, she woke up with stroke on the right side. She never woke up again. So it's me who went to hospital to bed. I could bathe her, change her, turn her, feed her, everything. So in March, she passed on, left a bill of 2.5 million because she was always either in HDU, high dependence unit, or ICU, or the normal ward, just like that, until her passing on. And even the people whom I had thought they are my brothers and sisters in church, to this day, I've never seen anybody bother. I was a leader in church. Nobody has ever bothered. Where did this woman and her children go to? I met somebody with giving flyers, and he gave me a flyer only for him to introduce himself as a pastor to Winners Chapel, Nairobi, Ongata Rongai. So I told him, do you know, I was assistant evangelism leader of Winners Chapel, and this is what transpired in my life. He pretended to be listening to my story, but later on I came to learn that the man was ordained even a deacon, a church where they've never bothered. Where did this woman and children go to this day?
He was ordained a deacon without a family? Without
a family. He cannot heal. A man who has never led prayers. I used to steer him to go to church, steer him even to pray. I stood up for godliness in every sense.
Mary, have you ever shown this video that you've sent me on my phone? Have you ever shared with anyone?
I didn't want to show anybody because my phone was hacked in church, Winners Chapel, Likoni Road. And I reported to the police because after I left that home, I was being tracked. I reported to Ongata Police Station.
But did you show this video?
I did not, because at a point, even information on my phone was deleted. So I didn't, because this matter is not yet solved. I trusted in God for wisdom that I don't show them this video in case but I came to fellowship at Police Chapel, police headquarters, and I shared with brethren in the police sector. So I did not share with any other person until today.
Okay. I think people have seen the video. Guys, if you're watching, I'll upload this video. You'll be able to see it clearly what transpired during that night. And this is a man who's still there. This is a man who has taken everything that belongs to the wife to himself. This is a man who has disowned his own children. So Mary here has been a victim of domestic violence, and also he has escaped death so many times. Mary here will need some help from you guys, either financially or even ideas of how he can go about with this. Mary, tell us more about this. Have you ever tried any, let me say, going to people like the feeder?
I went to feeder, and the process is long. Remember, wherever I live and where feeder is a distance. I spent so much on fare, to and fro, until you cannot, I couldn't manage any longer. I'm being told, come on this day, come on this day. I gave up. But in the real sense, if there is anything I would desire on this earth today that will make me celebrate, is just to have a divorce, get what belongs to me, because it's good I give him. I live my life, take care of my children. I better be safe than sorry. What I just need, I desire, if there is anything, like we have a Chief Justice lady in our country, Chief Justice Koome, if a word would reach her, I'd wish my matter to be handled swiftly so that I get my divorce papers, I live my happy life. I'd be happier divorced, because I do not ever desire to live with this man. I've been through a lot. I covered him a lot. Remember when he was not working, I never told nobody, not his siblings, not my workmates, not my neighbors. I did everything with love and care. But the way they have handled me in life, I've persevered so much. It's better if he goes his own way and find happiness wherever he wants to, if he didn't find it in me. But I'm happy with God, because he has never abandoned me. Because today, whatever I've been through, I would not be alive. That is why I look more to God every day.
So you're still married to this man. Have you ever tried divorcing him?
I've gone to see some lawyers whom I was given with some people whom I thought they were friends, but they refused to file my case. They refused to file my case because I don't have the money. They asked me for money which I do not have. Remember, this separation came at a point where I put everything into this home and knowing that I'm building a family. So I was caught off guard. Them, they were organized, but me, I was caught off guard. So whatever I have to look for, I fend for feeding the children, making sure that everything is okay with the children. My daughter was out of college for 2 years. I've taken her back to college. I have to make sure she's going to college to and fro. So the expense, the legal expenses has been such a hurdle. I own a home, but the conditions we are living in currently, I better have my dues given to me so that I can restart my life afresh.
Okay, so Mary, our audience are watching. What would you love to tell them? How can they help you if there's anyone watching them?
I'm in a condition where we take life per day. It has not been easy. The most important thing I wish is to have the divorce, to file the divorce. The most important thing for me. And then from there I know other things will follow. Because I'm not poor, I've worked hard my whole life. The property he's sitting on is my property. And if I get what belongs to me, I'm able to move on well. I'm able to move on well. If justice is served in our country so that I get, because
what rightfully belongs to you.
Yes.
Thank you, Mary, for sharing your story with us. Do you have any other thing that you love the people to know?
One thing I would say, I've been in evangelism all through my life, helping youths to live righteous lives, because that is very crucial. I cannot, even one of the reasons that I'm sharing this story is that I cannot sweep everything under the carpet, because there are so many youths and they're engaging into relationships without knowing the outcome. It's better for a youth to live a righteous life, move in life, set your goals, achieve academically, achieve career-wise. Before God you engage with a man, do not take it simple. Personally, through what I've gone through, taking care of a man for 8.5 years, even educating them, doing the best for them, yet they did not appreciate. It's better for a girl, study, achieve your goals, and get married to somebody who is mature and capable, and somebody loving. Because we are talking of a situation where if you are told just marry anybody, you will grow together. No, let this person be responsible. Remember, you're getting into family. You need to be taken care of. The children who are coming need to be taken care of. They cannot, an empty hand cannot help you. When you enter into a relationship and one party is not working, especially for a lady we go through so much. You take so much burden on yourself. You take so much burden on yourself, and that is why, if you check properly, many deaths of letters are occurring because of blood pressure, depression, stress, things that can be avoided. Even ulcers, because sometimes you don't even eat what you require. So for ladies, make sure you're taking your time, love yourself, and for men, be grown up and mature.
Mary, there is one thing you told me that you just discovered recently.
Yes.
Yeah. You told me you found a book.
Yes.
And that book, you just discovered that it was something that happened in 1999, but it's like your lives were pledged.
Yes.
For sacrifice. Will you please talk about that more?
A given time, maybe I can get the booklet, show the audience, but you'll get the copy of everything.
It's okay.
In 1999, this man had nothing, completely nothing. Remember, we wedded on 15th of August 1998, and in 99 he did not have anything. And this man was a secretive man. He did not even want me to touch his phone. His phone had passwords that I could not access anything. Any notebook he had, he never wanted me to access. But I wasn't an inquisitive wife or this. I was too busy because of the condition I was in. I'm ever busy. I think he also took advantage. There's a notebook he used to go with to church, a very tiny booklet. We'll show them to the audience. Which I never knew contained some information, very crucial information. It has taken all these years. After separation, we are running almost to 3 years, is when recently we had issues with the rent, and we were evacuated from the house where we were living. Actually, our house was closed, and I didn't have another, otherwise I had to move. That moving is what made me discover the secret. And I discovered that all things work together for good for them that love the Lord. Just after the third day after we had shifted is when I discovered the book, and somehow I was just meant to peruse through, only to discover there is a place where it's written. It's like me and my children, we were meant to be sacrificed, because it's clearly written any of the baby or spouse or both, and it's endorsed with a serial number, serialized with his signature. And then there is, on the first pages is written, Pay Winners Chapel Nairobi, 2 million shillings, in words and in figures, and then endorsed with his signature. And then again, going on the back page, he has written, Pay Winners Chapel Nairobi, 4 million shillings, in words and in figures, endorsed with his signature. Then below, Pay Winners Chapel Nairobi, the amount goes escalating. 10 million shillings, in words and in figures, and then endorsed.
So that means that if you guys were not dead, you were supposed to pay that amount to the church. I don't get
that. Is the big question, because through my life, I've never got help from Winners Chapel, Nairobi. I was tithe number 342. I paid tithe as a good church member. I paid offerings. I helped the needy. I did all manner of what a godly woman would do. There's a time my son was sick. We are talking of 2010. My last born son was critically ill. I went to all hospitals in Kenya, in Nairobi, Gertrude, Mpisha, Aga Khan, Nairobi Hospital, African Air Rescue doctors. Even the doctors say they don't know what else to do. Until our house was closed, we couldn't afford rent. This man said he went to church to ask for help, for money, even for medication. Church never helped us. We went to, we had rent issue. Church never helped us. Even food, we lacked food. Church never came through for us. But it has come through for the man who has done all atrocities to the wife with the knowledge of the pastors. They have done nothing, but now he writes checks to the church, yet he does not know what his children eat, what they drink, and where they live. I'd gone through some other issues at work. They didn't know I was handling domestic issues. I never shared with them. They just saw a smiling woman. I was working diligently, doing my duties right. Because I'd worked there from 1995. It wasn't one day. So, if anything, even up to, I went to the place to demand for a letter, just to show that how I was dismissed. Even to this day, they have never given me the letter. They have never given me the letter to this day.
Even the termination letter?
Yes, even the termination letter. I told them to write everything that warranted my termination because I know my integrity. They have never written the letter to this day.
That was at Kenya Library?
Yeah, Maktaba Sacco. Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Mary, about that. If there is any influential person watching, Mary needs your help. First, because of domestic violence. Mary needs your help because he was terminated from her job unwillingly due to grounds that are not even good for work termination. And also, Mary needs justice. She says she needs a divorce and also her properties to be given back to her. So Mary, what else do you have to say?
I had taken loan from the same organization to help in the building of that land. So I needed even the documents. Because remember, when we left my house, this man burnt literally everything that belongs to me and my children. If you go to that compound, there is no trace of anything concerning me and my children in that compound. She was trying to burn every form of evidence. Yes. So I went to my former place of work just to ask them to give me copies of the loans I took to substantiate whatever I was doing, because all I was getting was to develop our family. Yes. So, if anything, this man cannot claim to have done much for that home. If there is anything that any person that has brought transformation to that home is me. I've worked even with my hands. I've done so much.
Thank you, Mary, for sharing your story with us. Please, please, please help Mary get her justice. So that's all we have for you for today. Thank you so much for tuning in to Other Ranks TV. I'm your host, Sharon Serete. And also thank you my cameraman, Atsi Frame. And also thank you, Mary, for showing up today. So till next time, bye.